welcome back to my living room, or welcome to my living room. This is kind of our first time here to move together. I am here with my special guest, Louie. He's our little pug that we adopted a little over a year ago, and you will very likely see him scurrying in and out of our videos. He loves to be on my lap. I figured today, before we kind of dive into moving our bodies, I wanted to give you just kind of a little breakdown of some Pilates principles, some lingo, some stuff you're going to hear me talk about a lot, things that I'll be cueing that I want you to have kind of an awareness and understanding of before we get too far along. So the first one is breathing. You're going to hear me talk about breathing quite a bit. I'm going to be cueing you to inhale and to exhale. In Pilates, we really do try to focus on how the breathing ties with our movement. So oftentimes we'll be tying the exhale to the effort. So when we're trying to really engage and push and challenge, we'll be using that breath out to give us a little more power. Inhales are usually used for length, to create space, to really fill up the lungs and feel like you're expanding. Also going to be wanting to focus on control and precision in the way that we move. So I feel like a lot of times when workouts get quicker paced or a little higher intensity, the control flies out the window. Everything just starts to get loose and crazy, and your alignment might get off. You might not be as particular about where you're holding your body. So we are going to be moving slow and controlled. I'm going to be very specific with the angles and the alignment and how I want your body to make things more effective, to make it worth your time, and to make it safe. I always want to make sure that we're moving in a way that is protecting our body so we can get stronger without having to take time off for injuries that are really honestly easy to avoid as long as you're being smart. I've got one more note that I want to go over, but I've got to let you go, sir. You have to get off my lap, unfortunately, so I can show this one. Come on. So you are going to hear me talk a lot about neutral pelvis, neutral spine. I feel like if you've taken Pilates before, you've probably heard that. What the heck is neutral spine? Teachers often just kind of say it, and we assume you know what we're talking about, and I feel like a lot of times people are just kind of nodding in agreement without actually understanding. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea from the side. When we're talking about neutral pelvis, your goal here is to have this front hip bone. You want to find kind of a corresponding point, the back of your pelvis, the back of that hip. You want these 2 points to be level. So oftentimes we will kind of let our tail flip out into an anterior tilt. You'll notice that back point that I chose is a little too high comparatively to the front one, or a lot of times we'll fall into a tuck. And that's going to be when this front point gets a little bit too high, the back one drops down. So oftentimes we're going to try to work so that we are in neutral. So you have both of these points aligned. The front of our core is active. We've got some extra energy in the glutes, so everything is nice and balanced. You're going to be wanting something similar to happen when you're in a position like all fours. And you have wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, your spine is long. I want you to imagine it's like you have a long line on the back of your body so that your head, the middle of your shoulder blades, and your tail are all along the same line. So being in a bit of a tilt is going to look like this, where you've let the abs release, that tail is flaring up, or being a little bit too tucked is going to be rounding that tail down. Now, there will be times when we pass through these positions. There may even be times when I cue you to find a bit of a tilt or a tuck. However, a majority of these exercises are going to be done in that nice, so neutral position where the abs are supporting, the back is strong. That's just going to be the safest and kind of most effective way to train with the spine so that you develop nice, strong connection to your entire core, not just abs in the front or using too much of your back. I'm hoping this is making sense. I'll continue to explain it as we move, but I just wanted to kind of put these on your radar before we really get going. So I'm going to go ahead and take us through a short and sweet and kind of get to feel your body, get to know your body, Pilates flow. So we can see how things are feeling. I'll give you some chances to level up if you want a little extra challenge. I will note points where we can modify if it's not feeling right for you. So always do exactly what feels good for you today. Let's go ahead and make our way to our feet. I'm going to step back so you can see me. I want you to just stand with weight equal on both feet. They're nice and parallel. We're going to take a big deep breath in, big inhale, And exhale to bring the hands down. Good, let's do that same thing again 2 more times. Big inhale, big reach, and big exhale. Good, 1 more time, just like that. Nice big stretch for the shoulders and out. Good, from here, if you're standing on the end of your mat like this, we're just gonna start to tuck the chin and slow motion roll down 1 bone at a time. So I'm letting everything really hang here, trying to articulate through the spine on the way down. Top of the head is aiming towards the floor. My knees are slightly soft. I'm warming up too. So I could probably press through to straight legs if I wanted to, but I'm trying to just kind of give my body a chance to ease into things. So I'm gonna let everything hang. Down here, you're gonna grab opposite elbows. And again, you're aiming that top of the head down towards the mat. And you can do just a little rock side to side. Good. Coming back to center, both hands are down. Take a nice big deep breath in. I want you to start to walk your hands out, just enough so we can drop our knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes. You've got wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath our hips. I'm gonna kind of tuck this in so you can see what's going on. And so from here, we are going to move through the spine. So you're gonna take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna give me a big cat stretch. Abs pull in, we're rounding that lower back, letting the head pull in, really spreading between the shoulder blades. And then go ahead and inhale, circle your shoulders, and I always say kind of like a turtle coming out of its shell, you're gonna arch your back, slide the collarbone up and through. Good, big inhale, big exhale, round it out. And inhale, we circle and arch. Awesome, same thing, 1 more time. Exhale, round it, rippling through your spine, completing the shape all the way to the tip top of your head and the tip of your tail. And we arch. Good, good, good. From here, you're gonna meet me back in neutral, imagining that nice long line on the back of your spine. Now from here, let's do a little thread the needle for a twist. So you're gonna open that right arm up. And then from here, we bring it through underneath the left side. You're trying to slide down onto that right shoulder, twisting the upper body. Most of the weight's in the shoulder, not in the head. Take a nice big deep breath here. Option to walk that left hand out and away. My mat's getting a little crazy. Hold that stretch. Good, left hand comes in. We'll push down. I want you to open up into a twist 1 more time. And bring that right hand down. We'll try the other side. Left arm opens up, so as you open, push down to get length. From here, we slide it through. Big twist, tailbone is reaching, weight's in that shoulder, you're gonna reach that right arm out if it feels good. Stay for a breath. Bring that right hand back in. Push down first so you get light out of the head and neck. Open up for 1 more twist. And then we're gonna come to our all fours again. Good, so from here, you're wanting to make sure, again, I'm gonna say this a million times, but we're reaching long from crown of the head to the tail. We're going to lift that right leg up and back. So right leg extends. Now, this is what I see often is this leg floats up and we dump through the pelvis. So I want you to pull your abs away from the ground. I want you to check your supporting thigh, make sure that it's not leaning. That right hip should be square to the mat. You're pushing the ground away actively, so don't collapse into those shoulder blades. Watch that you also don't dump forward. So keep that weight, 50% in the hands, 50% in that knee. From here, we're gonna float our left arm out. Stay there, hold, reach. Imagine I'm pulling your front wrist and your back ankle away to create length. I don't care how high you are, I just wanna make sure you're in one long line. Hold it here. Stay for 5. I want you to be as still as possible. Abs are still squeezing. For 4, you're trying to reach. You're trying to lengthen. I'm engaging my right quad. For 3, and 2, and 1. Bring them both in, nice and quiet, with control. Go ahead, kind of equalize that weight again. From here, we'll start with the leg. So you're shifting left leg back. Abs are still hugging. I'm not dumping off to the side, still nice and square. I'm pressing my collarbone away from the mat. My shoulders are active. Right arm reaches. I like the thumb up. It feels better for me in my shoulder to have that little bit of rotation. I'm not dumping forward, but it's nice and level and even between both sides. Reach, reach, reach. Lots of length. Hold for 5. Hold for 4. Hold it for 3, keep going, keep lengthening, squeeze that left glute, pull the abs in for 2, and bring it all in on 1. Go ahead, widen out the knees slightly, bring your big toes to touch, just sit your hips back for a moment, walk those hands out, give your wrists a little break, big stretch. Really breathe into the back of your body here, nice big inhale, big exhale. Good, coming back up to all fours. We're gonna find ourselves with the knees hugged back in underneath the hips. I'll usually take a fist in between just so I can kind of snuggle in onto the sides of my fist and make sure I'm not too wide in the knees. Hands are down, just shimmy forward a little. So from here, we're gonna take things up a notch. You're gonna tuck the toes underneath. From here, nice big inhale, actively pressing the ground away. On your exhale, lift your knees just an inch off the mat. All of a sudden, this becomes much more challenging. The body really has to stay active in this position. I want you to breathe in. Pull the belly button in a little bit deeper on your exhale. Good, from here. Stepping the right foot back to a plank. Stepping the left foot back to a plank. Keep pushing the ground away. Squeeze the inner thighs. From here, we're going to flow this in and out. You're going to bring the right foot into hover, left foot into hover, right foot out, left foot out. We have 4. And in. Same side, right every time. For 3, right side in, then left, right out. Good. This is 2. And out, out. One more time. We go out, out. Go ahead and soften the knees to the ground, untuck the toes, sit it back. Quick stretch. Coming back up to all fours, tuck the toes, find your hover. Now we reverse it. Left leg goes back, right leg goes back, left knee comes in, right knee comes in. Here we go. Out, and in for 3 more, and in. You have 2. I'm still pressing the ground away actively. 1 more time, and in. We're gonna finish back out in that plank. Hold it. This time, hips go up to the sky. Find a down dog for just a moment, really reaching that tailbone up and away. Try to let that back of the neck relax slightly. Take a moment, pedal out those feet, just one at a time. Good, let's do both heels extra high, both heels down. Soften your knees, walk your hands back towards your toes, and roll it up. Oh, beautiful. From here, we're gonna find a seat on our mat. We're gonna continue, it's gonna be a lot of core focus today. We're gonna keep breathing, keep finding that control as we move. So, sitting nice and tall, I want you to grab behind your knees. Feet are basically lined up with the backs of our thighs. So those little sits bones, those little pointy bones that you feel on the mat, I kind of line my heels up with that point on the back of my leg. So sitting nice and tall. Take an inhale, you're gonna lift your chest up, really growing up nice and tall, nice and elongated, and then I want you to exhale and round away. Pull the abs in, same thing, 2 more times. Inhale, lift, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up. And exhale, round, kind of like cat-cow, but this time seated. 2 more, no, 1 more. Inhale up. And Pilates instructors are notoriously bad at counting. And exhale. Good, this time we go all the way up, up, up tall. I'm a little far back on my mat, I'm gonna scoot forward. I want you to reach your hands out in front of you, inhale up. From here, I made sure to scoot because we're gonna lay all the way down on our backs with control. Shoulder blades hit. I want you to give me a big wall-to-wall reach. Hands go up, legs go long. Take a nice big inhale. Big, big, big expansive breath. Big exhale. 1 more time just like that. Big inhale. Let your ribs flare. Let your back arch a little bit if it feels good. Big exhale. Awesome. From here, drawing those knees up and into your chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. Good. From here, legs are going to release to tabletop. We visit this position a lot. You really want to be able to start to know how it feels to be in a nice, true, strong tabletop without being able to see it. So I'm always hoping for knees right over hips, shins parallel with the ceiling. We're gonna start with our head, neck, and chest down. And yes, I hope you were holding tabletop the whole time I'm talking. I'm making us hold this for a reason. It's not easy, even though it's simple. We're also checking on our neutral pelvis, neutral spine here. So if your back is starting to arch, this is something we really need to keep an eye on. You want to pull the abs back in so that tailbone is nice and elongated. However, we don't necessarily want to tuck. If your spine is feeling okay and your abs are strong, you want to stay in that nice neutral position for me. Oh, hello. Hi, Louie. From this nice tabletop position, all we're going to do is move hinging from the hip. These are called toe taps. Again, they are small, but done correctly, they are mighty. So, keeping that 90-degree angle in the knee, you're going to hinge from the hip to lower your right toe down to tap the mat and come back up. I like an inhale away, we'll do the other side, and an exhale to pull up. Exhale is engaging those abs. We're going to do 6 more. Exhale, pull it up. Notice how slow I'm going. This is the left side. And up. Give me 4. Don't let that back arch. Pull the abs back in again. 3. And 2. 1 more. Bring it up. From here, take those hands, interlace them underneath the base of your neck, base of your head, around the back of the neck. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, we're going to peel the chest up for a little chest lift. Notice I'm already shaking. Really committing to those abs. You're lifting and supporting with that breath. We're going to do the same movement for the legs. Inhale, right toe taps. Exhale, up. Left toe taps. Exhale, up. Good. Give me 6. You're actively rounding that chest to lift for 5. This is 4. Good. 3. 2. 1 more. Bring it up. Give the knees a quick hug, quick break. Good. Not done with those abs. We're returning back to tabletop for one more thing. Hands reach to the sky this time. Nice big inhale. On your exhale, pressing the palms down, peel the chest up. Squeeze the inner thighs. Full breath out. Inhale to lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Good. 3 more. And down. This is 2. And down. Staying up on 1. Hold it right here. Inner thighs are super glued together. You're going to exhale. Reach both legs away. Inhale, bend to tabletop. Try not to let the knees come past the hips. We're going to stay where it's challenging. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Give me 6 more here. This is 5. You're more than welcome to reach around and support the head and neck if you need to. For 4, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've been doing a lot of these today. For 3, good. This is 2. One more thing, reach out, out, out. From here, straight legs, squeeze and zip up to the ceiling. Don't tuck that tail if you can avoid it. Legs lower to 45. Exhale, draw the toes to the sky. Chest is still lifted. Inhale, lower. Give me 4 more. This is nice and controlled for 3. You're still breathing. We have 2. Give me 1 more. Both legs up. And hug those knees. Whew. So hopefully you can feel that slow movement, that controlled, precise, very engaged quality makes only, what did we do? 5 or 8 reps of each, and we still really felt it. So finishing up, balancing out, we're going to do one more little series. We're going to do some bridging. So bridging is going to be activating the back of our body. Hands are down by your side. Make sure you have nothing underneath your head, no pillow, nothing, so that we're nice and flat on the mat. Relax your shoulders open. Now, bridging in Pilates has a different emphasis than a bridge in yoga. So we will start with a nice little tuck of the pelvis to help us articulate up. So you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, tucking the tail. I want you to peel your spine off the mat 1 bone at a time. Now, the goal of a bridge in Pilates is to find a nice long activated line from knees to my shoulders. A lot of times in yoga we try to go up, up, up. We might be preparing for wheel pose or some big back bend, but here it's all about the glutes and the hamstrings and the back of Everything up here, back of the triceps, back of the shoulder, pressing into the mat. So, nice big inhale to hold. You're tucking that tail actively, so we're not letting the booty drop and the ribs pop. And then we're gonna melt it back down with control. 3 more like that, starting to flow. So take an inhale, exhale. I want you to start to tuck. I want you to feel like you're trying to pull your heels towards you as you lift. That's gonna make you activate the hamstring a little deeper. Good. Inhale, we hold, knees are reaching, 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 and then slowly drop it down, 1 bone at a time. And let it settle. Good, big inhale. 2 more just like that, peel it up. Hold and press, triceps are heavy, like I'm trying to make handprints in the mat. And lower down. Let it settle. 1 last time, here we go. Keeping that pelvis level as we go up. Scoop, 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 pressing, good. Staying nice and stable here. Hopefully your knees have not wandered apart. Keep them lined up with those hip bones. Using the arms for support, we're gonna add on just a little here. We're gonna do that same marching to tabletop movement. So before we were toe tapping, now we're bringing the knees up. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your right leg to tabletop, not past. I'm being picky, right knee over hip. And set it down without a ton of shift. Here we go, other side, slow motion, lift it up, 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 hold it, stay. Knee right over hip, and set it down. Just as slow, we switch again, right leg comes up, and set it down. Make sure the supporting side doesn't flop out. Here we go, lift the left leg, squeeze the right inner thigh, and set it down. 1 more time, we switch. Right leg comes up, hold it, left inner thigh is active, hands are still pressing, tail is tucking, tiny dips in those hips. We go down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Give me 6, and up, 5, up, 4, up, 3, 2, 1 more, up you go. Right foot comes down, we're almost there. Left leg is coming up. Squeeze that right inner thigh, push down through the right heel and pull it in towards you, activating that hamstring and glute. Here we go. Little dips for 8, and press. 7, don't drop that left hip. 6, this is 5. 4, I'm shaking 2, here we go. 3, 2, press through the palms. 1 more, we're up. Setting the left foot down. 1 more, float up and lift to equalize. Melt the spine back down, 1 bone at a time. Go ahead, take your hands to a T. Just rock those knees side to side slowly. Release. You might want to kick your legs up to the sky. I like to grab my toes, give them a little pull. It feels good. And that is all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I'm really looking forward to making more videos for you guys. This is more excuses for me to move. It feels so great, and just more opportunity for me to share what I love doing. Make sure you subscribe if you want to be up to date every time I release a video. Post in the comments if you did this at home, if you did it with a friend, and that's it. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening. Just have a great rest of